Hello there everyone, I'm Michael Land, and I'd like to welcome you to the first episode of Nexcelerator. And this vehicle that I am sitting in right now is in the all-new 2013 Mazda CX-5. And this is the newest crossover SUV that Mazda has to offer in their lineup. But does it have what it takes to be a very competitive vehicle? Well, let's have some fun and figure that out. Now, like I've said, this is the all-new 2013 Mazda CX-5. However, this particular edition is the sport version of this vehicle. So taking a look at the exterior of the sporty inspired model, the front of the CX-5 has both halogen headlights and daytime running lights that complement the look of the sporty front grille real nicely. But as you also take a look onto the left, right, and top sides of the vehicle, you'll also notice the sporty inspiration has been carried on through the remainder of the model. In addition, there are also two powered side mirrors equipped with one turn signal indicator apiece on each side. But getting to the back of the CX-5, you'll also notice that there is a dual exhaust system equipped with one tailpipe on each of the left and right side of the vehicle. Along with that, you also get both a roof-mounted spoiler and a rear wiper, with the rear wiper being used to increase visibility if it were to rain. As for the taillights for the CX-5, however, they're not only well designed, but they also fit very well together and complement real nicely with the rest of the exterior of this vehicle. Getting to the trunk of the CX-5, it definitely has a very nice and high opening as you just now saw. However, with the way that the back seats are put up right now, you can be able to store a lot of groceries as well as for any other items for your daily necessities to even take along with you if you have to necessarily do so. But located underneath the trunk floor is where you'll find the spare tire to the CX-5. However, located on the right hand side of the spare tire is where you'll find the necessary parts that have been put to use in order to get the tire installed successfully. Additional amenities for the trunk area for the CX-5 is that you'll find two corner storage areas, one being on the right side, the other being on the left, and on the same left hand side, you'll even see a light switch. And on the right hand side, there's also a 12 volt power outlet as well. If you want expanded cargo capacity in the CX-5, it's definitely possible to make that happen by having all of the back seats folded down. To fold down the back seats, pull the levers out on each of the left and right side of the vehicle located by the back door. Then when you want to fold them back up, just simply put them back up until they snap. So opening the door to the CX-5, there's a black sport cloth trimmed interior with both the 6-way driver and a 4-way passenger seat, all with manual adjustments. Now this particular CX-5 does come with a push-button start system. Just leave the key fob anywhere in your possession, then gently press your foot on the brake, then when you see the green light come on, gently press the engine start button to make the engine come alive. As you just now saw, the Mazda CX-5 starts up very nicely without any hesitation or other mechanical issues, even when the temperature is at 44 degrees Fahrenheit, as you're seeing right now on the right side of the screen. Now getting to the engine compartment area of the CX-5, it's not only well organized, but it's also user-friendly in terms of the ease of access. But I'll get into more detail on what those user-friendly compartments are here in just a little bit. But focusing on the power plant equipped is a 2-liter, 155 horsepower Skyactiv engine that punches out 150 feet-pound of torque. With that, you get both a decent 26 miles per gallon in the city and 32 on the highway. But with the EPA combination, you get an outstanding 29 miles per gallon overall. Now getting to the different compartments of the engine area, both the oil dipstick and the oil are located right next to each other where the engine hood area is at. However, located in front of the engine is where you'll find the radiator. But located on the left hand side is where you'll find the windshield washer fluid area. However, located on the right hand side is where you'll find the battery compartment. So now taking a look at the interior of the CX-5, besides having the black sport cloth trimmed interior seats that I had mentioned earlier, it also has a 3-spoke leather wrapped steering wheel with steering wheel controls located on both the left and right hand sides. But located behind the steering wheel, beginning with the left-hand side, is where you'll find the turn signal indicator and the headlight switch. However, located on the right-hand side is where you'll find the controls for both the front and rear wipers. Now to adjust the steering wheel, just push on the lever located right underneath it. Then you can either move it down or up. You can even pull it towards you or push it forwards. Then when you're done adjusting it, pull up on the lever to lock it in place. Conveniently located next to the steering wheel on the left side is where you'll find both the traction control and tire pressure monitor buttons to the CX-5. Now the transmission equipped on this CX-5 is a 6-speed Skyactiv drive automatic transmission with manual shiftability just off to the side, and right next to it on the left is the electronic e-brake. Now getting to the middle area of the interior, besides the automatic transmission being there, there's also both the air conditioning controls and the digital clock, as well sitting right above it. But underneath the air conditioning controls is where you'll also find a nice additional amount of storage, and tucked in with that is another 12-volt power outlet. However, located above the digital clock is the emergency hazard indicator. But getting to the top portion of the middle area is where you'll find the multimedia stereo system. Equipped with that are 6 speakers, with the first 2 being on the top left and right portions of the dashboard, while the third and fourth speakers are located on the bottom portions of the driver and front passenger door, while the fifth and sixth speakers are located on the bottom portions of the left and right rear doors. Now the stereo system comes with both AM and FM radio with HD radio capability, and you can switch in between stations by either touching the screen, or you can use the seat track buttons located on the top portion on the left side of the steering wheel. And if you want to scan in between stations automatically, just hit the scan button located in the bottom right hand corner of the touchscreen next to the HD button. And it doesn't only just work for the FM stations, but it also works for the AM stations as well. In addition to having AM and FM radio, the multimedia stereo system also has a navigation system equipped. And you can access it by either pressing the nav button or by pressing the hands-free voice command button located on the bottom portion of the left side of the steering wheel, in which I'm about to do that right now.
Ready.
Navigation.
Navigation. Welcome to TomTom Voice Control. You can say, for example, drive to an address or drive to the nearest restaurant. If you're not sure what to say, you can say help at any time. Say a command.
Cancel.
Stopping voice control.
Now located behind the automatic transmission in the middle area are the 2 main cup holders. But located behind the main cup holders is the center console to the CX-5. Inside of it, you not only get a removable tray with some extra storage, but taking out the tray opens up more storage capacity in the center console. Along with that benefit, you also have another 12-volt power outlet as well as a USB and aux port that opens up an opportunity to hook up your portable device and play your own music. In addition, the center console not only opens smoothly, but closing it is also easy as well. Now to the top roof area of the interior, both the front interior lamps and hands-free microphone are located right next to each other. Now you can operate the lamps in 3 different ways. One way is that you can have them stay on constantly, stay off completely, or have them turn on when you open the vehicle. Along with that, there's also a sunglass holder to where you can store either a pair of sunglasses or other small items of any kind. Also located in the top roof area of the interior are 2 sun visors for both the driver and front passenger side of the vehicle that feature both their own vanity mirror and a nice additional hidden extender on top of that as well. Focusing on the glove compartment now, it's definitely got a decent amount of storage capacity to where you can store all of your information related to the vehicle in addition to the driver's manual. In addition to the previous 2 airbags that you saw earlier on both the steering wheel and on the front passenger dash, there are also 2 side airbags equipped with 1 each on the driver and front passenger side for increased safety. Now moving on over to the driver's side door of the CX-5, it not only contains the power controls for both the side mirrors, door locks, and all 4 windows, but the material quality is really durable with soft touch materials on not only the top and middle parts of the door, but it's also soft on the bottom portion of it as well. On a side note, the material quality on the front passenger door is just the same as the driver's side. As for the rear left door, the same soft touch materials that were present on the driver's side are carried over through to give the rear passengers the exact same benefit. Now, as for the back seat of this Mazda CX-5 goes, it's definitely got a lot of generous things to offer, such as you can see right now. I've got plenty of headroom to sit back and relax and enjoy the ride. But what about the thigh support though, on the other hand? As for thigh support goes, it's extremely nice and very comfortable. Plus, I got just enough legroom space to kick back and relax and not have to worry about anything at all. In addition, you not only get individual map pockets on both the left and right sides, but you even get rear lights on the top rear area of the interior also. So pretty much with everything that you saw, including the optional equipment, the price of this particular CX-5 Sport model's MSRP is $22,995, and that's the price with the optional equipment added together. But adding the delivery, processing, and handling fee to the MSRP price that I just now mentioned, the total MSRP cost runs at $23,790, which is definitely not a bad price at all for a vehicle this size. On a side note, however, the crash test ratings for the CX-5 are also really good for every category that you see listed, especially in the side crash test rating category. Now here's a bonus test drive of the CX-5 Sport to see how well it can handle the road. As you just now saw, the acceleration pickup on the CX-5 Sport is definitely excellent, as it's a piece of cake to get it up to speed in no time. In addition, the turning radius is also outstanding, as it can handle turnarounds like the one that I just now drove through. Not to mention that it's very easy to see out of the vehicle even when looking over to check for other vehicles while yielding the traffic. Another feature that was just now pointed out to me was that in the navigation mode of the multimedia stereo system, it displays both on what the speed limit is and how fast you're going, which is indeed quite awesome. So to reiterate the question that I asked in the beginning of the episode, does this vehicle have what it takes to be competitive? The answer? It definitely in fact sure does. Not because of how sporty it looks, but also because of how much safety the vehicle is able to provide all around, based on the crash test range that you saw a few minutes ago. In addition, the vehicle also provides a decent amount of room and comfort for both the driver and passengers without sacrificing fuel economy, which is in all thanks to that part from Mazda's Skyactiv technology. So with that being said, I hope you enjoyed the first episode of Nexcelerator. I'm Michael Land, and I'll see you next time.